Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Alley. My name is Cody. Glad you guys are back for another video where today we're going to be previewing the 305 matchup between Frisco and Green Bay. Now, if you didn't watch the Quad City, Iowa preview, I put it in there, but we're going to try something a little different. We're going to do separate previews instead of a whole hour-long thing, see how it goes. I have no idea if it's going to go well. I have no way of telling, so we'll just see. But that being said, we're going to do this one. We're going to do all the other previews, going to put it in a playlist. So watch the ones you don't, whatever, doesn't bother me. But that being said, let's pop up the preview card and get into it. 3:05 p.m. Central Time, YouTube and Caffeine TV, live from the Resch Center in Ashwaubenon, Wisconsin. The 6-1 Frisco Fighters, who are undefeated in the East, are heading to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Blizzard. Well, Ashwaubenon, Green Bay, whatever. Green Bay 5-2. There is a possibility that this Green Bay Blizzard team, if they pull the upset, Massachusetts loses, whatever the case could be, there's an opportunity. Green Bay is the number one team in the East after this weekend. Will it happen? Let's preview and see. Let's take a look at our statistical leaders really quick. TJ Edwards leading in rushing and passing for Frisco. Max Myler, the same for Green Bay. Now, caveat here, TJ Edwards is not on the injury report. The broadcast last week when Frisco was throttling Jacksonville said something along the lines of he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So I fully expect Larry Harrington to be the starter for this game. Now, that being said, he has not supplanted TJ Edwards in his statistics, but Larry Harrington has not missed a beat whatsoever when it comes to filling in for the quarterback position. You see down there, he is my player to watch. We'll talk about him here in a second. But regardless, TJ Edwards leading for Frisco, Devin McCoy leading in the receiving category. Charles Williams, Royce C., Lionel McConnell leading in their statistical categories and their positions. Just an overall great season right now for Royce C. and Lionel McConnell, and you can't forget Charles Williams. The stats don't pop out as much, but him and that defensive line are a disruptive force. Don't get me wrong. On the Green Bay side, Max Myler touched on it a little bit. We're going to need a lot from him today if they want to pull off the upset. Leading and rushing and passing, don't get me wrong, Burgess and Cagle, two-headed running back monster there. They do get their yards and their carries and their kick returns, but Max Myler is going to have to be the guy, that true dual threat, if Green Bay wants to win. Leading in the receiving category, Lowell Patron, 336 yards. He's been a beast. Now, he's not my player to watch on the offensive side, but don't get it twisted. He will play a role. Defensively, Sean Mustin and Jalen Alexander, which, oops, talk about that in a sec. And Centel Williams are your leading statistical leaders in their positions, but linebackers are going to be a little iffy. I'll tell you why in a minute. Jalen Alexander got cut. Centel Williams, though, 40 tackles. Didn't expect that for him when you see, players returning like Sean Steele and things along those lines. I didn't think Centel Williams would be where he is at right now, but 5 pass breakups, 40 tackles. Dude's killing it right now. And obviously Sean Mustin, Chris Biggers, that defensive line, LJ Lovelace in the linebacker position. This defense is just phenomenal this year. They have picked up exactly where they left off in 2023, proving it again this year. Players to watch, Larry Harrington, only 310 passes, 126 yards. He had 4 total touchdowns. He's got to be the guy. Simple as that. He's got to spread the ball around. Devin McCoy, Spencer Tiers, Cole Blackman, Faison McClurge, whoever that receiving core is, spread it out. You only have to throw or complete 7 passes to win a game, it seems. Get some turnover luck. Martez Carter, Jimmy Smith getting into the game, I'm sure, as well, to help alleviate the running game in that regard as well for Frisco. It's just an offensive juggernaut, man. I am so ready to see if this offense and all this firepower can go up against Green Bay and win, or if it's going to go the other way. Defensively, Ethan Castleberry. You've got Lionel McConnell, Norris. Wren has had his game, his breakout game. Ethan Castleberry, not a breakout game, but 4.5 tackles, 1 pick, 3 pass breakups. He was all over the place. All over the place, it seemed, when they were playing Jacksonville. Tipping away passes, getting the tackles when he needed. He had the interception. Just more of the same. Lionel McConnell's had his interceptions. Norris Wren's had his fumble return, I believe, for the touchdown or whatever it was. You just need more of it. Simple as that. The defense is good. Can they do more of the same and shut down the passing game of Green Bay? On the Blizzard side, Harry Ballard, 5 catches, 81 yards, 3 touchdowns. Really good game. Really good performance. Lowell Patron needs to step up, as he does. Ballard needs to get there. Running backs out of the backfield, Myler running on his own. Obviously, you can't forget any of the other wide receivers that I'm currently forgetting, but we'll talk about that in the roster. Defensive line for Green Bay, and like I said earlier, we'll just talk about Chris Biggers. 3.5 tackles, 1.5 for a loss, and 1.5 sacks. He needs to get after it. Simple as that. That defensive line, the linebacker, whoever they have at linebacker, they need to get after it. They have never, ever beaten Frisco. Now is your chance to prove yourself. Put yourself in that contention and say, hey, yeah, we've got 5 wins. So what if a couple of them are against Iowa and Sioux Falls and Quad City or whatever? This is your opportunity. This is your stage right now to go win this game. Go do it on the back of your defense. Simple as that. Series history, like I said, Frisco 4-0. Their last meeting over a year ago, 2023, week 1, throttled 76-30. 2 completely different teams now, 2 different confidence levels, both very high is what I'm saying. That being said, I'm looking for a good game here. Frisco favored by almost a touchdown on the road, money line juice to them with an over-under of 86. So really good game here. Let's go check out the injury report, rosters, bet, prediction, get on out. All right, injury report, not really anything to report on the Frisco side. I took away Richard Turner. He was put on injured reserve back in March. Has not come off of it. He's either gone to season injured reserve or he's been cut. I don't see him on the roster at all. I don't know. So we'll see. On the Green Bay side, the only addition is Nigel Canada, which is going to beg a little bit of a question. You see there are 2 defensive backs on short-term injured reserve. That could bode well for Frisco in their deep shot passing game. So let's go take a look at those rosters. Our bet prediction. Let's move on. Alrighty. Taking a look at the 25-man roster here. Offensively for Frisco, we'll start with the away team as always. Looking offensively at Frisco, no change. None whatsoever. Like I said, I think Larry Harrington's going to start. Jimmy Smith, Martez Carter probably going to both suit up. You got 4 wide receivers that are probably all going to get in the game some way, somehow. And you'll probably have a reserve offensive lineman like they normally do. Defensive line, nothing changed. Linebacker, nothing changed. The only addition Frisco has done is they have gotten rid of Rio Ramirez, the kicker that had to fill in last week. So I think Bryce Crawford is going to kick this week. They've signed Carlos Crawford as a defensive back. That's really it. We'll see if he gets into the game and suits up at all or whatever the case could be. But other than that, more of the same from the Fighters. On the Green Bay side, offensively, more of the same. They didn't really sign anyone on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they did have Oladipo, who was signed last week. He did get into the game. They did sign Darren Brown, according to the transactions page. It has not been made official per the website of Green Bay, but there it is. Justice Henson has been signed as your linebacker. So again, Jalen Alexander gone, Justice Henson in, but no slouch to the game. Justice Henson played for Northern Arizona. He has indoor experience. He got a week to practice. We'll see how he fits into that. Frisco could take advantage. We'll find out. Defensive backs, they've signed Lakevius Daniel. And then it's another week for Simeon Burns learning the system and everything along those lines. He did get into the game last week as well. So we will see how that secondary reacts to having kind of a new guy on there, along with probably some depth with Lakevius Daniel. Other than that, everything else stays the same. There's your 25-man rosters. Let's go look at our bet and our predictions. All right, best bet here, -6. I got Frisco winning on the road. Reason why is that secondary. It's a good secondary, but those deep shots that Frisco can take, they'll lull you to sleep with the run. They have a lot of turnover luck. I don't know what it is about Frisco this season that just seems like they just are getting all of the damn turnovers. And there it is. Touchdown wins. Simple as that. I mean, you push if you don't get the extra point, but we'll see what Bryce Crawford can do. Simple as that. I don't know. I don't really have much else to go on other than Frisco is really good at offense, and I think that offense is going to be a little more overpowering than the defense, although the running game could get shut down, and you have to rely on the passing game if you're Frisco. We'll see how that goes, but that's what I'm just so curious to see. If Green Bay can shut down Frisco's running game and really shut it down to the point where they're forced to pass, this could be a close game. Otherwise, a touchdown, still close by indoor standards, but I think Frisco's got -6 in them. So there's that. Let's go check out our prediction. We'll get on out of here. All right, prediction time. Boom, 49-40. That's close. By indoor standards, it's close. I've got Frisco pulling away at the end. I think they just wear down the defense. That's to say that Green Bay is able to hold them to 49 points. I guess that's a win. I don't know, but I would not be shocked if Green Bay pulls the upset. That's how good they have been this season. For me, though, personally, Frisco is just one of those teams, along with Vegas, that is just rolling on all cylinders right now. They are just doing everything in their power to win games. Simple as that. Simple as that. They are doing everything. They turnovers, swatting the balls away on defense, just pressuring the quarterback, and then when, like I said earlier, when they lull you to sleep, they take those deep shots over the middle. When that pass is incomplete or that deep shot connects or whatever the case could be, they just go back to running the ball. They're able to run goal line situations so well and get in. I'm so curious to see how Green Bay is going to do a goal line stand if it comes to it. I've got Frisco winning close here. I know 9 points might not be close to some people. That's a close game for me. 9 points. That's a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a deuce. Missed extra point, I guess, and a deuce. 9 points. So close game, 1 possession, quote unquote, and we go from there. I think Frisco wins. But there it is. That's our prediction, bet, rosters, injuries, preview, all of that. Appreciate you guys checking out this one. I really hope you guys check out the other ones too. Like I said, trying to split it up a little bit so people can take their time, watch whatever videos. They don't have to keep going back to the same video, whatever the case could be. If you only want to watch this one, cool. If you want to watch the other ones, cool. It doesn't matter to me, but appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this one at least. We got more to do. Hopefully, like I said, you guys check those out. That being said, in the meantime, I'm taking off here. See you guys in the next one. See ya.